winners of our Season 20 sweepstakes. They're from all over the country. They're with us in the audience today. You're going to be having a good time today? All right, congratulations. By the way, New York Fashion Week is in full swing right now. We hear your daughter walked.
She did.
So,
She walked for Cherry Hill last night. It was her very first fashion show. I was such a proud mom. She strutted down that runway. She was great. She's right here, though. I think she had the time of her life. Good job, baby.
gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Now, I have to tell you, I did the same thing. I did. I was on the runway at opening ceremonies, pageant of people. Yeah, wait. You notice I'm in shadow. I was hiding. I had on a dress. I don't know the last time I wore a dress, but the dress was fighting me, and I was fighting the dress. Because I just thought I should be wearing a big old coat. But, you know, because I love opening ceremony. But we hit the Tom Brown show. I took my granddaughter to the Gypsy Sports Show. It's been a wonderful fashion week. I mean, when you look at all the stuff that's gone on, Tommy Hilfiger doing the carnival, there's been such a great, I don't know, party feel that feels a little bit different than it has in the past. So it was really great. So I know it's shocking, but Fashion Week happened and we were there. So Hillary Clinton is still dealing with the fallout from the weekend. The trouble started with her comments that she made on Friday, which Trump was quick to respond to. Take a look.
You could put half of Trump supporters into what I call the basket of deplorables. The racist, sexist, homophobic, xenophobic, Islamophobic, you name it.
Hillary Clinton has been running a hate-filled and negative campaign with no policy, no solutions, and no new ideas.
Yeah. And his is filled with love. A lot of the media is playing that soundbite, but they didn't play the rest of it, which she said, the other basket, and I know this because I see friends, but that other basket are people who feel that the government has let them down, the economy has let them down, nobody cares about them. She does talk about the other people in
a fuller statement.
Yeah, but they don't show that part.
No, because it's not, you know, it's not the thing that gets everybody.
Like they don't show any of the good things that Trump says or does either. No, everyone wants to discount that. Well, listen, but in Trump's response, he even said, listen, people that are for immigration laws, that they want their borders secured, it doesn't mean that they're racist or they're not patriotic Americans. I mean,
I don't think she's talking about those people. She's talking about David Duke of the Ku Klux Klan.
Which he denounced, he disavowed. That problem is that's not half. So when she says half, it sounds like she's talking about a wide range of people. And you have evangelicals, you have a lot of military guys and women sitting at home supporting Trump. For me, it was the kind of comment that makes people not like politicians. And his response was the same way. These generalizations, these, oh, if you support this candidate, you're this.
Well, you remember that they said if you're supporting Obama, you're an elitist. You know, there was President, I think it was President Bush, talked about people who were voting for Clinton as the wine drinkers. You know, so this idea of talking about the people that you see, you know, the folks that people put on air, it's always the one where you say, oh, I wish they hadn't showed that person.
Yeah. Well, when you try to win votes, I think it's never good. You should never group voters together. It's not the voters. I think there's a way to couch that.
She created more divisiveness instead of trying to get
I think
voters.
they all do it. I'm just saying
they've all been doing this because he's started with all of this as well.
The reason I'm saying that is one reason I hate as a voter watching any politician do that is I always feel like there's a little part where they're coming after the people they're trying to get to vote. Like so I don't like it when they ever couch it in the voters. It's almost like the policy or the approach by the campaign, but to say the voters, I'm always like, oh.
I know. But why is it when he says his racist things, Mexicans are this and that about women, etc., they say he tells it like it is. And when she became politically incorrect in certain ways by calling them the deplorables, they attack her and call her deplorable. It's not fair.
Oh, but he takes a lot of heat for those. I mean, rightfully so. Some of those comments he made were horrific, even saying, oh, ban all Muslims. But he took a lot of heat for those comments. I mean, people are on here every day saying that's not acceptable. I saw people in media denouncing that left and right.
You know what? I have to tell you, it has not. A lot of people let a lot of this go for a long time. A long time. You know, and I just, you know, it's one of those things, if people had started saying, hey, wait a minute, man, that's not why we do this. But people weren't doing that. And people making excuses saying, well, you know, he's talking for the guy who isn't feel, you know, for the people who feel disenfranchised. But it's like, wait a minute. You know, I get that you don't feel like you're part of it, but this is not the way that we do that. We don't create this kind of divisiveness. And this, I feel, went on for an awfully long time.
Don't you think it's a lot of it is because everything that comes out of his mouth basically is incorrect and divisive? So you can't keep up with her. She says one thing and they pounce on it.
Yeah.
Well, you can't keep up with her.
I actually think it's because people expect her to be a more seasoned politician. When I see her make a mistake, this was a mistake. This was a blunder. To
I don't see it that way. And I think finally, you know, she said, and listen, if she had pneumonia, maybe she was so hot that she just said, the hell with it. You know, I'm in my thing. You know, I mean, that's the other thing. People are flipping out because, you know, they said, why didn't she tell us when she knew she had pneumonia? Why didn't I? Well, I will make the same argument I made yesterday. If you show me somebody who doesn't go to work sick, I will, you know, and we all make the same, whether it's right or wrong, but, you know, the people make the same kind of excuses when they say, well, you know, I'm not going to get paid if I don't go, or this is it. And I know she's running for president, but she's still human and still do the same stuff we all do.
But the problem with that one example is, because it wasn't a big deal, and I don't think it is, she has such an optics problem that the second she now comes forward, now people are like, well, now she's not just a little sick. Hillary's health is trending online, and people now think she has a body double. They also think one of her Secret Service is actually a doctor on staff.
But they also think that Elvis is still alive, too. So, you know.
But it becomes a big deal because when Hillary would say, well, I didn't think the email thing was that big of a deal. I didn't think the Benghazi thing was going to be that big of a deal. I didn't think my health was going to be that big of a deal. That's where the trust issue comes in.
But here's the thing. This is the thing. I'm sorry. Here's the thing that I want to say, and then you can say it, Joe. I don't mean to.
All right, go ahead.
People talk about her not being trustworthy. I do know that we all saw her returns, you know, her tax returns. And to me, your tax returns are pretty clean. You know, that's something that's tangible.
Right.
Now, Ben Carson said he wanted to see Hillary's x-rays.
Yeah.
So I would ponder this. I would put this out. If you show us Trump's tax returns, we'll make sure that we can get Hillary's x-rays for it. How about that? All right? Because she's told you how much money she made, so we'll show you her. You show the tax returns, and we will do our best to get Hillary Clinton to show you her x-ray.
I think that's fair.
I think that's a fair game.
You know, it's fair, but given the ages of both candidates, I think both of them should show their full medical history.
Everyone should.
Everybody
Tax
should.
IDs and health for everyone.
Wait a second, young people get sick too, I'm just saying. But one thing I want to tell you is that he does not want a moderator. He put this out today. He would like to not have an opponent, much less not a moderator. She's going to kick his butt in those debates, and then America is going to see how vacuous and empty-headed he is.
You gotta wait and see. You gotta wait and see.
Without a moderator. Here's a lot of
Don't
moderators.
underestimate him, now. Look where he's at.
I think I might be free. I'm a moderator. Come on, Donald. Let me come and moderate with you. When we come back, we'll talk about all kinds of other stuff.
Coming up, Kendall Jenner's wake-up call. Why she's calling out her famous family for offensive behavior. So Whoopi had a question of...
Welcome back. Well, last night was the premiere of Dancing with the Stars, and it was disrupted by protesters who stormed the stage after Ryan Lochte performance. Take a look.
Excuse me. Hey, back off. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Off.
All right.
Excuse me.
Wow. Okay.
And Tom Bergeron said, look, we're going to break. We're going to break. But, you know, other cameras caught security guards tackling the protesters before they were escorted off and arrested. Now, apparently, Lochte's a very controversial figure right now. Does it set a different tone for Dancing with the Stars this season, you think?
I mean, I wasn't surprised to see this. When you're a public figure and you're involved in a very public scandal where a lot of people have an opinion, I'm not surprised to see protesters. But I do think this is a family show. You have kids at home watching. I think a lot of people may have left feeling like that was a disrespectful way to show your discontentedness with one guy.
Yeah, well, it's never happened in 23 seasons of the show. Nobody's ever protested anyone, and they have had controversial people on there. I talked to Mary Lou Henner this morning, and she said that her family and friends that were sitting in the audience were very scared. Everyone was. The atmosphere was scary because when people protest, although they do go through the metal detectors
Yeah, but
and
they were wearing that thing with his name on it.
Well, they had other shirts on and jackets, and then they took them off during the show that had the do not you know, no Lochte. But it's scary because you don't know what people can slip through the metal detector, what's going on. So it was
why put him on? I mean, from what I've been observing about this particular show, it's always about people who are redeeming themselves in some way. They had on Paula Deen after she made those horrible racist comments, and then she was sorry, and then she danced, and everybody was happy. This guy, this guy is the other direction. This guy did a terrible thing, and now they're rewarding him immediately because they want ratings.
Well, supposedly he was in talks weeks before this happened, and so I don't think he was a story of redemption. In the beginning, I think he was like the cute swimmer, and he's in the Olympics, so he's relevant right now, and they pick him. It's now what they did after that all happened that might be.
So does it surprise you that he was on this show because of their particular history?
They didn't ask for my opinion, but why not? Because I secretly run this network, I probably would have put that on pause. Like, I don't think it was maybe. It is a fun show. Like, it's fun, and you want to be happy, and you don't want to have an audience that's calling in and voting because they're protesting. You want them to be voting on the tango.
Yeah. He actually belongs on this show, I think. We should have him on this show because we'll
eventually, because
depending on how well he dances, he'll be here sooner than you think. You know, in other protest news, you know, NFL players boycotting the national anthem is extending to other pro sports, and Ted Cruz, someone I'd boycott, wants to boycott the rich, spoiled athletes who are taking a knee. So is he trying to punish them for exercising their right for free speech?
You know, he's a rarity, Ted Cruz, because here you have a United States senator that doesn't know the Constitution, and maybe he needs to read it.
Constitutionalist.
Well, then how come he's going against the Constitution?
But he has the right to protest their protest.
Yeah, he's calling for a boycott, though.
He doesn't make it all right, but he has the right to.
He's a smart guy, though. He is a smart guy, but he's selective about, like, if these people were supporting something that he liked, I have a feeling that he'd be all for it. But because this is against something that he doesn't believe in, what it sounded like to me, and I like Ted Cruz on a lot of issues, is he was saying, he was denying the fact that this flag represents their right to disagree with him and anybody else. These people, you don't have to like it. I don't like it. I love this country. I love our national anthem. I don't love what they're doing, but I will defend their right to protest something peacefully till the day I die, because that's what this country stands for. And he has to stand by that. If he cares about the Constitution, he will stand by that statement.
Well, and I think the idea that people there is power to the dollar. If you want people to not buy something because you don't support it, you know, fine. But the fact that Kaepernick's jersey is one of the top selling jerseys right now might be speaking to the volume of the conversation and where people are right now.
And let us never forget that protesting is one of the great things that we do in this country. That's how we got the civil rights movement through. That's how people were able to bring light to what was happening in Vietnam. It is your right, and I have to say, these young football players, you know, and these young athletes are young black men who probably have been stopped for no good reason. Because people don't stop me because you know who I am. You also know how I'm going to respond. But, you know, I think we have to start with the fact that, yeah, we get it. We understand that you feel this flag does not represent you. Before you go to the you hate America and you don't understand, it's not that they hate America. They're angry because the America that they know that this anthem represents isn't representing them in their opinion. And that's a valid conversation, and you have to start with that. You have to start with that. You know, people didn't like it when people were protesting the war in Vietnam. They didn't like it when people were protesting because we wanted to vote. People don't. If people don't like what you're doing, there might be something to what you're doing. Just to say. But there's something great to what you're doing, isn't there?
Well, The View's brand new theme song has a brand new dance to go with it, and we want you to learn the View slide. So check out the website, learn the moves, and then upload your video and post it on social media with the hashtag #ViewSlide, and we may feature it on the show. And as we go to break, check some of the famous friends showing you how to.
Hey, just before we go, you know the author Roald Dahl, who wrote Matilda and James and the Giant Peach. He would have been 100 years old today.
Oh, really?
Isn't that something?
He was married to Patricia Neal.
Yes, he was. And one of my favorite quotes of his is, "A little nonsense now and then is relished by the wisest men." Kind of like that. Happy 100. May we all get to be there. You know, in the new issue of Allure magazine, Kendall Jenner, who is a social media superstar, says she finds it offensive when her friends and family are constantly looking down at their phones when they're out or maybe even sitting at a table. She says she had to call out her sister Kylie for doing it on a recent vacation. Damn you, Kylie.
Why waste the phone when you could be doing a selfie with it, you know?
Well, but you guys are on your phones a lot. And yes. Do you think people are on their phones too much?
Yes.
I do. I do. And I think we're all guilty of it. I do. At commercial breaks, I go and I check Twitter. I'm the first one to be like, what's everybody saying about us? You know, I'm like that. But I'm not proud of it. I'm not. Because I feel like if you go on the subway now and you look around, people aren't looking at each other anymore. Like, this isn't real life. This is real life.
That's the good news on the subway.
I was going to say, but it's like a helpful tool on the subway for me. It really upsets me, though, because I feel like you're losing the connections. When I watch people on a date and I see them like this, I cry inside. I do, because they're missing so much. I do.
So sad.
You cry inside?
I cry inside. I'm very sad.
Just cry out loud.
Crying inside. Sorry. No, I agree. I was walking on the on the subway today, and no one's head was up, and I thought America's Most Wanted could walk past me. They should do it in a show, behind the scenes. People that are being looked for, walking right by all of us as we're just sitting there.
If you're sitting there, how do you know that somebody isn't doing something to you if you're not looking?
Well, I'm gonna feel that.
No, but you might not. If someone is in your bag, I mean, unless you're sitting like this. I mean,
that's my
someone could
position.
be
I wrap
in your
around
bag.
like this, and I just do it right over here.
She was Snapchatting me yesterday, and she was like, Mom, and you can watch the video, and I'm on my phone. Don't hear her at all. She could have done anything. And I watched the video, and I'm like, wait, when did that happen? When did you video? When was I on your Snapchat? And she's like, you weren't paying attention because you were answering your email.
Oh, that's a reverse.
You do get so distracted that you wouldn't know if someone was taking your stuff.
I mean, people get hit by cars. People have fallen off cliffs. Not paying attention. You know, I see parents, and it drives me crazy, with their babies in the strollers, and they got the baby out here, don't realize the baby's in the street. You know, and I've yelled at many people. You know who you are. I've yelled at you. Yeah. You know, watch your damn baby. Because, you know, people are coming by, bikes are coming by. I mean, people have, look up.
Well, and kids are consuming that, because that's one thing we're trying not to do, is have our phones up in front of Alex. I mean, it's hard, but we keep putting it down, because I said he's going to hit an age where we don't even know his brain is comprehending that we're choosing something else over him, and it
Can I
scares
ask
us.
a really stupid question?
It's probably not stupid, is it?
I don't know.
Okay.
It might be.
Stupid questions.
Oh, yes, there are.
I don't think so.
What is so important that you can't look up?
Nothing is that important that you can't. It's an addiction.
It's an addiction.
I mean,
Serious moment, Joy. Quit laughing.
I mean, I just find it kind of. When did this? I must have been doing something else, because I missed the thing that says be on this, because it
plays into a natural tendency to ADD. It plays into needing a gratification, a quick check. It feeds itself. It's a cycle.
We have to make a no phone rule at our dinner table.
Right.
It's not that it doesn't get compromised at times, but my kids all know, like, our phones go down because we have to have conversation and learn to talk to one another.
What is the world coming to that the Kardashians are telling us to stop doing it?
I am relating more to the Kardashians than I ever would have thought.
And on that note, Donald Trump. There we go. We'll be right back. Welcome back. In more Kardashian news, Kim Kardashian admits that she plans to live vicariously through her kids. She says she always wanted to be a forensic investigator, so she's going to push her kids to go into that direction. I think perhaps a lot of parents want to steer their kids directly towards things they wish they had done. Do you think that's...
She's been watching a lot of CSI.
No, I actually know of someone sitting at this table that might be vicariously living through their daughter. I don't want to point fingers, but we have a clip of it.
Yeah, go ahead.
They're my favorite treat. When I'm being good, I ask my dad for sweet. Lollipops and gummy bears are good for treats, and I can share. They make me so happy. They make me so happy as I can be.
Who's the little one?
Joy just asked, who is that?
Ashley,
Who is
isn't
that?
that Ashley
You and
Olsen?
Natasha?
No, that's one of the Olsen
That was
twins.
me.
Oh, you.
One of the
Oh, you were the
Olsen
little
twins.
one. She's the tall one. They look alike to me.
Candace likes sexy.
All the
And you know, they always say, I'm hot.
That's me.
That's you, yeah.
Look, the tall one in black.
I know
Candace.
that.
And that's one of the Olsen twins.
Child.
Oh, well, that
Olsen
is
I
weird.
used to be on the show.
Sorry, that is my fault. That is my fault for not teeing that up better. Candace enjoys singing.
Well, no, here's the thing.
You
I really
she's living through her child, and then you show me the Olsen girl. Has nothing to do with what I'm looking
No,
at.
because
I
her daughter sings.
I wish that
remember?
I could sing, and I think that was to show that I can't sing. So I'm totally living vicariously through one talent that I don't have, which is a beautiful singing voice.
Because she's on The Voice this season. And when does that take
Natasha's on The Voice.
Natasha,
on The Voice.
But
You are not on The Voice this season.
I am not on The Voice, but I am
But you're
relating more to Kim Kardashian than I ever thought I would.
See?
And
You never know.
Kris Jenner, because now I'm going to be a total momager. Sorry, Gabe. Totally. 'cause
See,
I'm
you
like that.
warned her. You spoiled it. It would
I
have
know.
been much more fun had she not known you were going to do that. Then you could lurk.
And I'm supposed to know all that from that tape.
all of that?
Yeah, no, you're supposed to know that Candace, it was a little fuzzy. You
It's my fault, people.
You
I
didn't
didn't tee
recognize
that up.
it was Candace as the tall one.
No, I knew that was Candace. I didn't know who the little one was. That's my issue.
I didn't have Natasha at 12.
You look older than 12.
No,
You
see,
still look
it's the
pretty good,
hair.
Candace.
Remember, everybody had that hair.
Now you
and
look
everybody
younger, then
looked
you
in their
look older.
20s. They were like 7 and hair. So it's like, we're all pole dancers. I think it was really interesting. We'll be right back.
Oh, my God.
So summer's almost over. But this week on The View, we're still bringing the heat with more Hot Topics. Tomorrow, Joseph Gordon-Levitt tells the ladies if playing NSA whistleblower Edward Snowden left him spooked about spies on social media.
Welcome back. So, you've all heard the 5-second rule, right? When food falls on the floor, and you got 5 seconds before you know, it's bad to pick it up. After 6 seconds, and you don't want to touch it. Well, apparently, science says it's a lie. They say the type of food and the surface it falls on factors into this. It may be true. I mean, how do you feel about this? You drop pasta on the floor.
Pasta? That's the first example?
No, that's my example. I'm asking.
Oh, I would not eat pasta off the floor. That's going to bring stuff back up with it. Ooh. No.
Yeah, anything wet will...
Wet? No.
No.
Well, if it's been in your mouth already and it pops out, it's wet.
It usually falls out of, like, your hand. You have, like, a bag of something, and, like, you just slowly drop it along the way. Those are dry things, usually.
Yeah,
and what you
that's
do
okay,
is,
right?
yeah, and 5 seconds is abroad. You don't count to 5. It could be a minute or two, but you pick it up and you...
Minute or two?
Well, I mean, sometimes you come back and find you dropped it earlier. And if I will look at it.
Do you?
I look at it, and if there's anything on it, and then... I'm not alone!
I always say, a little dirt doesn't hurt.
Well,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, I don't know. I see more stuff fall out of somebody's mouth, and then it hits the floor, and if it's...
Then it's wet, though.
If it's a Cheeto...
That's different.
How many
That's
Cheetos
different.
are left in the bag, and how hungry am I?
Well,
All good questions.
you know, I don't know, but it depends. I do think it depends on the surface. So for some rugs, you know, you drop it on, it's gonna stay there.
I dropped a vitamin once on the floor, and then the next day, I watched a little bug walk right over that spot, and
That
I
is a
thought,
healthy bug.
you could have
raced
that
into
again.
it and got it.
I'm not doing that again. No, because the day before, I had just picked it up, 2-second rule, I'm good. Then the next day, I thought that bug could have pooped there. That bug could have done something nasty
poop
there.
is little.
Wait. Are you saying that you ate it off the floor? It never occurred to you other people have walked there.
was my
People
kitchen
have had wind. Wind has hit all kind of stuff at the bottom of your
It was
shoe.
my kitchen, though, so it felt like safe, like a safe space.
Yeah, and like medication has a secret power. Like anything,
Right.
anytime you dress medicine, vitamins, whatever, you're safe to pick it back
safe.
up because it's medicine.
Well,
So-
sometimes it's so expensive you have to pick it back
That's
up.
what I mean. They're not going to. Insurance company's not going to cash you in for that pill. So you better
Hey, I
take
dropped this on the floor. They're like tough.
it. Yeah, just don't taste it, swallow it, be done with it.
Are you lacking food in some way?
We have spoken about this. I am always hungry. I'm an eater.
But there's more food. You can go to a supermarket and buy.
I don't like to see things wasted. It hit the ground. It was my mistake. Let
Really?
me fix it.
I don't eat off the floor.
Oh, so it's okay if you know you dropped it, but if you see a lone Cheeto.
Oh, I'm not eating other people's food. I know where my boundaries are.
Okay.
Very good.
But how
Funny, we went to an event last night, and someone came around with a tray of food, and Sarah went, "Oh, thank you," and someone else said, "What was that?" She said, "I have no idea."
I couldn't hear, so I was just like,
Yeah.
thank you, thank you.
Yes. Was it good?
It was delicious.
Excellent.
Yeah.
You know, I'm asking because I know the event.
It was your event.
It was my event. Yeah. You know the summer blockbuster Captain America: Civil War? Well, it just came. Yeah, it just came out on DVD Blu-ray, and thanks to our parent company Disney, members of our audience, you're all getting a copy of it. We'll be right back.
It's day 6 of our 20-day vacation. 4K getaway, and thanks to our sponsor, Wyndham Rewards. And my daughter, Natasha, is blindfolded in the Wynn booth today. I suckered her into that, which is full of numbers that represents today's studio audience, and she is about to pick a winner. Natasha, are you ready?
Let's go.
Okay, here we go. And oh, here you go. Take off your, yes, you can take those off. Show everyone the number. What is it?
17.
17. Hey, congratulations. Congratulations. What's your name and where are you from?
My name is Wendy McIsaac, and I'm from Kingston, Ontario, Canada.
Oh, hi.
I'm kidding. Go ahead.
Let's see where you're going on vacation.
A weekend in Montreal. No.
Prepare fare to San Diego, California, courtesy of Wyndham Rewards. The Wyndham San Diego Bayside is a luxurious hotel featuring amazing skyline and bay views. Guests can unwind in the newly enhanced guest rooms and suites, enjoy premium services, and a heated pool.
Members get one, and viewers at home need to visit our website by midnight Eastern tonight to see how you can enter for a chance to win tomorrow's vacation.
This is very exciting. Well, you know, look, I would like a vacation.
Me too.
I think we'd all like to go on vacation.
We just had one.
But we can't. Because we're not allowed. Yeah, I know. So...
Where would you want to go?
I'd like to go to Greece.
Oh,
I'd like to go to Greece.
You've been saying that. I know you're 10,
Yes.
we're 10 years we're on the show.
Yes.
You've been saying that for 10 years.
Because I had planned when I turned 50 to leave. I was going to go. I had the island picked out. I had the place I was going to.
A retirement.
And my family said, oh no. no, you can't go. You can't do it. And I was like, but I want, and that's then I came here, which was kind of great, and that's been kind of wonderful.
It's like a vacation.
In a fun kind of way, yes. So you know what? I'm not going to do that. I want to go back to this idea that we talked about yesterday of going and buying clothes and then wearing them and then bringing them back.
Yeah.
I've only done it a few times. Somebody tweeted at me and said, "You don't buy your." It's only happened a handful of times.
Like a handful, like 20?
Like a handful, like a few of your sets of hands together. No, I'm just kidding. It was a few times.
Well, we get a lot of times we get clothes and we wear them, and then what happens to them?
They go back. The label goes back on it, and they go back. But we only wear them it's like trying them on. It's different from actually wearing them.
Well, I wasn't like partying. It was like a couple of things I needed to try out before I was sure I wanted or did not want them. Ends up I didn't want them.
Yeah, but you went somewhere in the clothes.
I might have stopped to eat dinner on the way.
And we're going somewhere too, as are you, because we want you to have a great day and take a little time to enjoy the view or the clothes, whichever comes first. We'll see you tomorrow.